There's been a lot of talk recently about this big fight down at Brunanburh, or Bromborough, as they call it these days. And it was a big fight, a great fight, a mighty slaughter. And in that clash of kings, they say, the kingdom of England was born. But people these days are forgetting how we, the Norsemen, came to this land. How we settled in this place the Welsh call Kilgoory and the English call Wirral. There was a man called Ingimund who came from Norway. Now, in those days, Norway was not just one kingdom, but many. Every valley and every fjord was a kingdom of its own, fighting against all the rest. Until one day, one king swore a vow that he would become king of all Norway. And he fought many wars and many battles until he succeeded in this ambition. And many people were driven from Norway, and they fled to the islands. They settled in Iceland and in Shetland and the Faroes and in the Orkneys and the Hebrides, and many settled in Ireland, where Norsemen and Danes were already dwelling, where they had built cities such as Dublin. And it was to Dublin that Ingimund came, and there he lived for some years with the Norsemen and the Danes, and also those Irishmen who had been fostered among Norse families and lived in Dublin. But the rest of the Irishmen grew tired of the presence of the Norsemen and other foreigners in their country, and they rose up and they attacked Dublin. And they defeated the Norsemen and their allies, and they drove them from Ireland. And in those days, men settled in other parts of the world. Men from Dublin settled in Iceland and in Normandy. But one group, led by Ingimund, took a shorter voyage, and they tried to settle in Anglesey. And they did for a space, until the king of the Welsh led his armies against them, and he drove them from Anglesey and from Wales. And tired and dispirited, Ingimund and his men sailed along the coast until they came to the small English kingdom of Mercia, and they threw themselves upon the mercy of the Lady of the Mercians, Athelflaed, who ruled that place. And she, in her benevolence, gave them a few small scraps of land, a few farms in the northwest of her kingdom. And that was how the Norsemen and the Danes and their Irish allies settled in Wirral.